Deathscythe Hell. Hey, what's up everybody? Robert184, 2Rs2Bs, gundam.tk, and well, the Gundam World Cup has wrapped up and it has been a while since I've done a review of a new kit, but I couldn't ask for a better one than the one we have here, the Gundam Deathscythe Hell, the Endless Waltz version from the OVA Endless Waltz. This kit came out on February 24th, 2011, and it sells for the price you can see, 4,500 Japanese yen. And some people may want to call this custom, but anyway, the Japanese name is written here, Gundam Deathscythe Hell Endless Waltz. For a look around the box, I really like the fact that they're putting the series name so prominently in all their boxing right now. It's something that they should have done from the beginning. But as for the Gundam itself, it is looking awesome with its incredibly wide wingspan, front and back. And then you're going to go here, it's talking about how this is the OVA version, and that it's got a whole bunch of stuff redesigned by Katoki Hajime. And then it's going to have a list of the features, including the active cloak, which can be, it can go over his shoulders, it can be compressed, or it can open up wide there. Then you're going to get into the action, the fact that this has an incredibly flexible frame. 3 is the fact that the knees bend very well in the legs. You get a figure of Duo Maxwell, and then you're going to get the beam scissors, which is probably one of the worst names I've seen in Gundam in terms of weapons. And then the marking seals, you're going to get regular Gundam decals and Katoki Hajime originals as well. Onto the other side, you can see it with the cloak fully open there, looking pretty impressive. And I really like the fact that you can take an action-based one sold separately, it says here, and plug it directly into the cloak. You don't have to plug it into the Gundam itself. And then it's going to go on. Can't believe it's already been 15 years since Gundam Wing aired. You've got a whole bunch of information. It's getting its first master grade form. And here it's talking about what the Endless Waltz version is, how it evolves from this one into this one, and then there's a whole talk about what is Endless Waltz, which is something that is probably a whole nother video in and of itself. Anyway, basically you've got 2 different versions of the same 2 Gundams, so 4 in total. Then over here it talks about the original pamphlet that kicked off this whole craze of these alternate variations that weren't in the anime, and then the ones designed by Katoki Hajime that looked very cool in the OVA and movie. Wing Zero Custom or Endless Waltz version is the only one that has a master grade. Now I wonder if we'll get an Ultron because the Shenlong is coming out in its EW form, and eventually it would be cool to get the whole boy band. To actually crack the box open, once you do that, inside you're going to get a big plate of wings on the top. You're going to get some gray parts, black, A plate with yellow, white, clear, and black, stickers, steels, a bunch of light grays, different color grays it looks like, more cloak parts, gray inner frame, and then you're going to get white and red, and in the bottom of the box you're going to get the manual. It looks like a promotion brochure here for Endless Waltz, and Gundam vs. Gundam Extreme. Here's the A plate with the yellow and the clear parts, but otherwise this is a Deathscythe regular EW version just with some parts omitted, it looks like. The B and E plates are also from the EW version with the weapon there. The C1 and 2 are 1.5 plates, again common to EW. Here's the D parts with some blackish gray, again EW. 2 identical small F EW plates. The G1 and G2 plates here are separated and again EW. The H plate again is just half cut off here. And it's taken all the way to get to the I and J plates before we actually get something that's listed as the Hell on here. So if you've already built the original Deathscythe, you're going to have a lot of similarities. Here we've got gray and the whites that you'll see on the shoulders. The K plate is normal size with about 6 big parts and 2 little ones on here, but you'll really notice the plastic look on here unless you paint it or top coat it. And the L1 and L2 plates are absolutely massive. Again, that plastic sheen just screams off of here for a little bit of attention. Finally, something that I'm sure you'll get used to if you build a lot of these kits is the XXXG frame. Here we've got a 3 plate and 2 4s, so you've got leg parts there, fingers, manipulators, and the chest parts in here. But this is something that should be common against, hopefully, about 8 different Gundams if we get them all. I wouldn't go as far to say that I'm disappointed because I haven't built the original Deathscythe EW, but for those of you that have, don't expect too many changes. You're just getting a few extra big plastic looking parts in addition to the stuff that you've already built. I enjoy this manual in the box a little bit more just because it's got a lot more detail packed into that, talking about the whole MS design and how, again, you've got the regular Deathscythe and then the Hell for both different versions. Then you have the story playbacks where you have a different looking duo here and a whole story recap that is going to be worth reading. Then you get into the regular manual stuff, clear, and you can just see here how cut out these plates are, as they were totally designed together with the regular EW version and mix and matched accordingly. After you build the body, the arms, the legs, then you're going to get into story about the Gundam itself, Operation Meteor, and then a whole bunch of plugs for the currently running novels and comics, which are coming out right now in Gundam Ace, which is all pretty cool. Then some nice looking story art and some cool images there before you pretty much just put everything together, the active cloak. And then after you've built the beam scissors in the back, you can show how to transform the active cloak and where to put on all of the stickers, but they don't give you this page in color. And on the back, you've got a color guide including 6 different colors for Duo and a fair number for the actual Gundam itself if you want to put in the time to make this look non-plasticky. Kadokawa, the publishers here, are really pushing this Gundam Wing Rebirth here with the anime and the novels. All sorts of stuff that they're talking about how you can buy. I think the comics are coming out at the end of March and the novels come out in February, it says up here. Then you've got all this kind of information, and then on the back, just again some cool looking art. And what you can buy at the moment is this one. This one's coming out again in March in a slightly UC type of box. So think, instead of the version Katoki, you're going to get the same style box across the line here. And then we're going to get, they've went from 1 to 2 to 5s, but they've already confirmed online that they are going to be releasing 3 and 4, so hopefully we'll get a set of all 5. It's just a question of whether we get them all in the OVA style as well. Finally, identical stickers here, and very, very simple, just 4 of them, and then you're going to get the decals that you can choose to put on if you really want to jazz this thing up. Then the extra thing that you get is sort of strange because Deathscythe is not in the game at the moment, but you've got Gundam Extreme Versus, which is an absolutely incredible arcade game, the newest version of the Gundam vs. Gundam series. Talks about how you set up your card and begin playing all the different support characters, and then you get a story of Tobia fighting in the Crossbone Gundam against, well, pretty much everybody along the way. It's always cool to see some Crossbone art in any manga form. And anyway, I hope that this game gets a release on a home system relatively soon. So after cracking the box, I'm pretty happy with what's inside because I haven't built this thing already. So this is going to be my first shot at both the inner frame and the whole bunch of extras. But overall, the big black parts look a little bit bland, but otherwise, hopefully the result is going to be very cool. The extras are nice, although I have to wonder whether they needed to make a big box for this. It looks like it could fit into a regular Wing Zero custom size box if they cut this plate in half. But otherwise, it looks good on the shelf like this, and now it's a question of will it look good when I turn these into this. So stay tuned, everybody, for the review when it's all put together. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for lots more reviews. Robert184, gundam.tk. It seems like if Bandai really wanted to push this model's sales, they'd include me as downloadable content in the arcade game.